Week after week, we seem to find more and more stories of foreigners coming to Thailand and for some reason thinking the rules don't apply to them. But after reading some of today's, it seems like Thai authorities are just as sick of it as everybody else. International arrests, visas revoked, and people getting deported. And I gotta say, I love it. How's it going? Welcome back. I hope you are having a wonderful day. If you are new here, this is our update on WTF is happening in Thailand, our collection of the most viral stories coming out of Thailand. Currently, we touch on a little bit of everything. So if you want to stay in the know, you know what to do, and welcome. As always, brief disclaimer, nothing in this video is a declaration of guilt. All we do is report public information. Nothing in this video is intended to say this person is guilty or this person is not. So just keep that in mind. Let's get into our first story. Thai flight attendant arrest in Australia leads to a new suspect. An extended investigation into the Thai flight attendant arrest in Australia led to the arrest of another suspect in Thailand today, July 3rd, in connection with the delivery of an illicit substance parcel. The case centers on a Thai Airways cabin crew member identified as Mina, who was arrested at Melbourne Airport on June 25th. According to reports, approximately 1 kilo of black tar was found concealed in 12 tote bags in her possession. Investigators later found that Mina had been offering a shopping courier service to earn additional income. She was reportedly hired by an unidentified woman to transport the bags to Australia. Police said the identity of the person who organized the alleged operation remains under investigation. Authorities are also examining whether Mina knowingly transported the substances or was deceived. As part of the wider investigation into the network, police arrested a Thai man and his Laotian wife yesterday, July 2nd. The couple were found delivering suspicious parcels from Laos to Bangkok and are being investigated for possible links to the case. Every time I hop online to round up some stories, it seems like there is always at least one talking about somebody either trying to take things out of Thailand or taking things from Thailand to another country. I just don't understand it. This is one of the few that I actually might be inclined to believe a little bit of the girl's story, that she didn't know that these things were inside of these bags. There have also been a couple other cases here of random tourists getting reeled in, and then there's always some story of, oh, you know, my friend left the country a couple weeks ago, their bag got lost. Can you take this bag and deliver it to them? Take it on your flight and take it with you. Guys, don't do that. I have a feeling with all the public hoopla that has been around this story about the cabin crew, I think there's going to be a lot more diving into it from the police, because that's just kind of how it goes, especially in Thailand. If a lot of people are talking about it, of course, it puts a little pressure on the police to figure out what's going on. So if there are any other wild updates, anything that's crazy, of course, I will keep you updated. A Finnish man wanted through Interpol over alleged tax fraud has been arrested at a house in Bangkok's Ramklao area after immigration officers tracked him to the property. Thailand's Immigration Bureau announced today, June 30th, saying that the man, identified as 69-year-old Jacob, had moved from Chonburi to a housing estate near Suvarnabhumi in an apparent attempt to avoid detection. According to the officers, Jacob had taken extensive measures to conceal his whereabouts. Boxes and other materials have been placed around the house to block views inside. He rarely left the property, relying on occasional delivery drivers for food. Officers said he was highly cautious and did not open the door to unfamiliar visitors. Investigators later learned from a gardener that the man would come outside whenever trees in front of the property were being trimmed to warn workers about electrical cables running through the area. Officers then posed as gardeners, carrying out routine maintenance, prompting the suspect to leave the house. When he came outside, immigration officers identified themselves, informed him that he was wanted through Interpol and that his permission to remain in Thailand had been revoked before taking him into custody. If you want to go down a very fun rabbit hole, I'll tell you right now, go Google Thailand undercover sting operations. In America, like when cops do undercover stuff, they're really just trying to blend in. They're just trying to look like normal, everyday people walking around. Thailand tends to take a different angle. There's been times where they've dressed up like superheroes. There was a time, I'm pretty sure they were all dressed up like Sailor Moon. This one dressing up like gardeners. There was another one down here in Suvarnabhumi where they all dressed up like the taxi riders. It seems like they kind of take joy in it. And they're like, well, how can we get the job done? And how can we also have fun doing it? Which I really love. But in regards to this story, I think there was a time when Thailand kind of could be a place where some nefarious people could come, kind of fly under the radar and not really worry about the things that happened back in their home country. I think the world has changed, especially with internet. The entire world is connected now. But I want to hear from you. Do you think there's anywhere left in the world, for that matter, where people can go and just kind of start a new life completely and not have to worry about things that may have happened in the past in their home country? In America, that used to be Mexico for us, but even then, I see stories all the time of people getting picked up in Mexico and sent back to America. So I want to hear from you. Is there anywhere like that left? Let me know down in the comments. Just for educational purposes, I'm not on the run, don't worry. Now, rolling into our next story, this is a conversation that tends to happen pretty much every year in Thailand around this time, but this time does seem a little bit different. People are used to the swings between slow season and busy season, but people have looked at the entire year, both the second half of busy season and rolling into slow season, and a lot of people are pretty disappointed, to say the least. Thailand's tourism recovery has yet to fully rebound despite welcoming more than 15 million foreign visitors this year, with international arrivals still falling short of last year's levels, according to the Ministry of Tourism and Sports. Between January 1st and June 20th, 2026, Thailand welcomed 15,447,571 foreign tourists, generating more than 745.39 billion baht in visitor spending, although arrivals were down 2.78% from the same period in 2025. Data released by the Ministry's Economics, Tourism, and Sports Division showed China remained Thailand's largest source market with 2.538 million visitors, followed by Malaysia with 1.9, India with 1.1, and Russia with 996,000, South Korea with 576,000. However, the Ministry of Tourism and Sports expects foreign arrivals to slow in the coming weeks as holiday travel in several source markets comes to an end. The Indian market also continues to face challenges over fewer flights. So this is honestly the first time I have seen this angle of tourism in Thailand explained. Everything else we've talked about, everything else I've read pretty much is just talking about arrivals. How many people are coming? Okay, as long as there's more arrivals than last year or it's on an uptrend, we're good. This is the first time I have seen the tourism ministry talking about spending, because of course, depending on where a lot of people are coming from, they may, not every two tourists are the same, right? Depending on the markets, some may spend more, some may spend less. Especially when it comes to a lot of my Thai friends, people on social media, the main complaint is not the amount of tourists that are coming, it's one, behavior, which we will see in our next story. So make sure you stick it out for that. Not only is it behavior, it's also spending. Just because the numbers go up doesn't necessarily mean that income is going up. And at the end of the day, let's be real, every country, not just Thailand, tourism is about money. It's not necessarily just about, hey, come check out our country. It's, hey, come check out our country and spend money, which totally makes sense. I think over the next couple years, we are going to see even more revisions from the tourism industry, trying to get the right people here. We've heard time and time again that they are trying to attract high quality tourists with both behavior and spending. I am very interested to see how they plan on going about that. But of course, I want to know what you think. Let me know down in the comments. Do you think more necessarily means better? Do you think as long as there's more people coming, is that a good thing? Or should things be targeted at specific groups that might behave better and might spend more money? Let me know down in the comments. Now, cruising right along to our next story, I think this is another showcase of how Thailand is not necessarily the place that it used to be. We've mentioned it before, Thai police are so good with CCTV. If something happens, they are so good at backtracking cameras and figuring out where you went. I'm pretty sure Thailand at this point has more CCTV cameras than my room has half empty water bottles. It's bad. Phuket immigration revokes visa of foreigner who assaults tuk-tuk driver. Police arrested a foreign man, reportedly a British national, for evading a tuk-tuk fare and physically assaulting the driver in Phuket yesterday, July 2nd. The incident took place at around 5 a.m. in Soi Nanai and gained widespread attention after video footage of the confrontation circulated on Thai social media. Footage showed a tuk-tuk driver arguing with a foreign man before the situation turned violent. The foreign man was seen punching the driver in the face, leading the driver to collapse on his back. The driver later told Thai media that the conflict began after the foreign man and two foreign women refused to pay a 300 baht fare. According to the driver, an argument broke out when he attempted to collect the fare, which later escalated into the assault captured on video. Phuket Times later reported that the accused is a British national who operates a cannabis shop near the scene. The outlet also published claims that the man had previous disputes with residents in the area and had allegedly failed to pay wages to Thai workers. Previous bad behavior. Go figure. The craziest thing about this is 300 baht for a tuk-tuk is actually pretty fair. I mean, unless they went like, half a kilometer, but that's not too ridiculous. I've been seeing quite a few stories of this about people, dipping out on bills or, refusing to pay at restaurants and just walking out. It is so unfortunate because when I got to Thailand, one of my favorite things compared to America is the trust system. People just trust that you are going to do what you're supposed to do. If you grab something, you're going to go make sure you pay for it. I hope that does not go away. There is a lot of hoopla going around the interwebs because of this story. Understandably, a lot of people are upset. A lot of people think the information provided in the story might not necessarily be entirely accurate given the suspect. We're not going to get into that. I try to keep it even keel here. We tried to ride the Switzerland line, but if you know what I'm talking about, drop it down in the comments. This is something that I feel like we see every single week as well. This guy is honestly so lucky that he didn't end up on another video of him in the street getting whooped by 10 people. I think that's definitely because it was 5 a.m. If there was a bunch of people around, I don't think this would have happened. I am so happy to hear, though, that the police found him, revoked his visa, and got him out of here. Something that I really enjoy about Thailand is a lot of the time, if you get in trouble for something, you just go down, you pay a fine, you get a ticket, you're on your way. It's not like America where you got to go through this whole crazy court process that costs you a lot of money. But on the flip side of that, I feel like there are a lot of people that do things that might necessitate a little bit more punishment than that if they've got enough to pay the fine, they are just sent on their way. It's a slap on the wrist. And we all know without some type of substantial punishment, the likelihood that somebody like this is going to do this again is very high. But I hope they keep going about it this way. If people are walking around refusing to pay bills and then punching locals in the face because they asked them to pay the bill, get them out of here. It does nothing but make things harder for the rest of us like you and me that are here just trying to be as respectful as we can. So I agree entirely. Pack them up, send them on home. So that is your recap on what is happening in Thailand this week. If you would like to stay updated with all the news coming out of the kingdom, as well as just daily life here, you know what to do. That subscribe button is down below. If you did make it this far in the video, thank you so much for hanging out. And since you did, I want you to go down into the comments. I want you to tell me your favorite potato chip flavor, or just chip in general. We'll just broaden it up a little bit. That way I know you stuck it out for the whole thing and I can give you a shout out in the comments. But it is time for me to get out of here. Thank you so much for being here. We'll see you in the next video.